Hey moms, welcome back to Mom Madness. Game 1! The March Madness show where we talk about some of the things maddening about motherhood besides all of the things. And our two topics for Game 1 are stay-at-home mom independence and that famous quote, just wait.
So here are the rules. We are each going to be given 4 minutes to defend our topic or discuss our topic, okay? And then we're going to toss a coin. I'm going to let Angel call the coin this time. And whatever comes up first, that's who's going to go first. We'll each have our 4 minutes, and then we will come together to discuss it if there's anything that either one of us missed in our topics. All right? I think we're ready for our coin toss. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Mike?
Mm-hmm. Call in the air.
Tails.
Tails.
All right. Are you ready? And 3, 2.
Okay, so my topic is just wait. So just wait has a couple of things that kind of fall under it in terms of what makes it maddening as a mom. So one of the, I guess, easier parts of it would be the positive just waits. So it's hearing things like, I really enjoyed certain moments in the beginning when I had, a newborn. And it was, people would say things like, well, just wait until they're old enough to do this, or just wait until the first time you hear this or see this. And it usually, of course, is coming from a positive place. But I think because, we try, everyone knows this. The time when they are littles is the shortest time of their life. Like that in terms of like their development and the things that change, like that's a really short time frame. And we're all just trying to kind of make the most of that time before it's completely gone. I mean, I love doing things. I know we've posted about this before. I love the gratification I feel for doing the simplest things for my son because he loves that he can trust me to do those things, but one day he won't need me to do them anymore. So I like living in this moment and every moment that I have with him as my now, and it means so much now, and it will always mean so much no matter what he does later. So that's like the more positive side when people are trying to be positive and kind of get you pumped about like doing other things. But I just kind of want to live in the moment. I don't want to feel like my moment is being robbed just because it's not as good as what another mom perceives another moment to be or another milestone. And then of course the negative side of just wait, which is things like, just wait because when they reach this age you can't do that anymore, or just wait when they start crawling and walking and pulling up, they're going to be into all of this and you're going to have to pay more attention. And they come as these weird warnings because it almost makes you feel like the people who are typically supposed to be a support system for you are the ones telling you like these things that kind of make it seem like they don't really have a lot of faith in what you're going to do as a parent once your kid reaches these milestones. And it can be pretty maddening because it's, obviously when he pulls up, I have to pay attention that he can't reach knives. I'm aware of that. I don't need to be told. So it gets kind of repetitive and frustrating over time when they just continue to say those kinds of things, which kind of segues into the other part of the just wait topic, which is what Mike named or called gatekeeping, which I had never heard it called before. But essentially, gatekeeping is when you have, an example would be if you were to try to have an opinion about something that you haven't experienced yet, suddenly your opinion is not valid. So, and a perfect example actually, now that I think about it, for me at least, was I really did not want all of our own pacifiers, which even though we've used them, I still wish I had stuck with it because he's still pretty dependent upon it. and he needs it for sleeping, and we haven't been able to get rid of it yet. And so, but everyone kept telling me, well, you think that you won't use one, but you will. You don't know. You haven't experienced it. And it was like, and then after he was born, the hospital gave him the pacifier, which was frustrating because then he got really used to it. And then all of a sudden it was, see, I told you. But it's like every time you reach a level where you maybe do finally have an opinion, then there's always the next thing for you to have an opinion about that you're not allowed to have an opinion about because you haven't experienced it. And so that all kind of falls under this concept of just wait. It's all these opinions about all the things that are going to come, whether they're good, bad, or opinionated. And then it's like you can never catch up. You're never allowed to just enjoy your moments or have your own opinions on things. So just wait. And just wait to hear what Melinda has to say about stay-at-home mom independence.
All right, here we go. Stay-at-home mom independence is hard. For me, especially, I came from working full-time through literally until 6 days before Aria was born was my last day at work. So I come from this going to work, getting ready, being a very independent person, having I was a supervisor, like I was somebody important at work, you know what I mean? And it's this whole identity. And then you have a baby and you become mom, right? Well, then when you quit your job, like I did when she was 12 weeks old, you become only mom all the time. Occasionally you're Mike's wife, but you're I'm Aria's mom all the time. And staying at home was never something that I envisioned for myself. It was not my personality. In ways it still kind of isn't, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. But the part that I wish was easier was a sense of independence, a sense of who I am as a woman, other than just Aria's mom and stay-at-home mom. Like the other thing it's very emotional too. But when you spend your entire day at home with your child, like you try to find all these different things to do to teach them once they're big enough, to go out and do things, to try to do stuff with friends, and to be who you are while still being your child's mother. But staying at home is just so different because I can't just go when I want to go without taking her with me, and I can't just decide I would like to do something different. I would like a promotion in my job, so I'm going to go after that, and I'm going to become, a stronger woman and more independent. And it's an interesting dynamic that I don't think I was prepared for. When we decided that I would stay home, I wasn't prepared for that mental change of just being mom and not being a supervisor, not being an employee, not being a boss, whatever. And I don't know, it's something that I struggle with every day. I just did my day in the life, and I don't know if you'll really see a lot of it in that because there was a lot going on that day. But it's just my husband wakes up in the morning and he goes to work and he gets to manage his team, and then he gets to come home and be husband and daddy. And I'm home all day long as mom and housekeeper and cook and teacher and all of these other 50,000 jobs that just get lumped under mom. So it's difficult. Again, I wouldn't trade this time with her for anything. However, if I could find some sort of independence or identity that is different from just, oh, she's a stay-at-home mom, like that would be awesome. But it's definitely a work in progress, I guess. And it's definitely hard. Definitely hard. So, Hey. Just wait and stay at home mom. Independence. That was a little more emotional than I was prepared in my head for it to be. Sorry.
That's okay. We're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought of this question as you were talking about your, like how you feel. Do you feel that like doing the stuff for Momestly Me, or like, the things you do for your chorus and stuff you do for Mike's chorus and the things you guys do together and the other parts of the music stuff, like, do you feel like that helps or not necessarily?
Actually, the day in the life is relevant to this topic because that's one of the things that I mentioned later was I, in the morning when the kids were playing, I had the webcam on watching them play behind me so I could get some chorus stuff done.
Right.
In that like little bit of time in the morning before snacks. And then when they took their nap, that's when I got to sit down and do the Momestly Me stuff.
Right.
So yes and no. Like, yes, it helps.
Like break it up.
It helps break it up.
Yeah.
It helps in the monotony of the day. Yeah. So there is that. But it's also trying to find that sneaking time in to be able to do it. So mom, marketing.
Yeah.
Mom, something else. Like planning.
And I feel that way on the weekends. Like I feel, and granted, like that's the difference. Like I have the 2 days a week, and then you have it 7. So it's like but like I have a hard time balancing, all of these things in a very different way. But like I know on the weekend I lack the same. I feel a lot of the same things, just in a shorter time frame. But and I think it's all like I think both topics pretty much go to things we've talked about before in terms of people think they understand what all moms go through, what every mom feels, and the reality is that's simply just not the case, because even the parts of your day, like how you feel about your stay-at-home experience and what you're dealing with isn't going to be the same as somebody else who's a stay-at-home. Because what if it's somebody who doesn't have any of those things and there is no break for them? What if there is no hobby? Or what if it's, Queen wasn't a stay-at-home mom, but what if it's somebody who's partnered that works full-time is away? Like there is nothing, like you really can't find an identity in all of that because you're too busy being a mom, which is already a hard thing to separate an identity anyway. Like I struggled with that the most. That was the hardest part after having my son for me, was finding my place outside of it, because being his mom is everything to me. Yeah. But it can't be all of me, because there's just this need for something different. And it kind of actually all goes back into just wait. It's like you have these opinions or these thoughts, and it's like, I'm the mom here, like I'm the one who's putting in the time, I'm the one who's feeling how I feel. Just let me be, like let me enjoy these moments as they are. I will childproof when the time is necessary. You may not think that I have any valid opinions, but I do. Like those are all things that just are all encompassing of like these different things of what it's like to be a mom that just a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, and the just wait, oh man, it's really more the negative side that gets me, because I definitely have told, like recently, Amanda's pregnant, and so one of the things I told her at their gender reveal party was, she's not doing it till June, but she was just starting to be able to feel where baby is, and it was just one of those like remembering, like it's really amazing, and we talked about how amazing it was to be able to feel where baby is, and I was like, just wait until you feel him move for the first time, like that kind of like reminiscing moment. But like it's also not trying to rush it, I don't like to feel rushed either. Like I just want to enjoy, like when Aria didn't walk until after she was 1, right? So she turned 1 in August. She started walking in November. Okay, so she was September, October, 15 months old when she walked. But anytime somebody was like, well, just wait until she starts walking, I'm like, we're not in a rush.
No. And she definitely wasn't.
Gosh.
She's such a chill. She's like, this, I don't care. Like, she just was so...
She's like, I can crawl. You can pick me up and carry me. I'm
Yeah.
a princess. But, like, that's how I am with a lot of things. I'm like, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. She will get there. She will meet the milestones when she meets them.
Yeah.
She is, we're talking, like, the milestone thing gets me with the just waiting, too, because people are like, oh, well, just wait until 9 months and they do this, or wait until 18 months and they do this. And I'm like, there's a window of time. We will get there when she's meant to get there.
Or did you ever get the, he's not doing, or, well, in your case, she's not doing that yet? It's like...
No. Screw off.
Yeah,
like,
it's frustrating. And especially
frustrating.
because we go to professionals for our monthly visits and our doctor's appointments, and it's like,
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's like, all of that stuff is Oliver has been a busybody since he came out of the womb. So he was into everything really fast.
Yeah.
And because I don't particularly like the newborn phase, which I've probably expressed before, I know I have to you, but I mean, I don't particularly like babies in that way because they're boring. They don't do anything. But having
You've got
said
that
that,
daddy syndrome.
Is that what it is?
It is.
What do I do with this thing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where it's like, when he was little, like, it took him being past those points for me to appreciate what they were. And I wish that I had been able to take them for what they were in the moment, because I don't miss a lot of it. I'm being totally honest with you. He is so much fun now, but I do miss things like, I really miss co-sleeping. I miss being so close to him that I can feel his heartbeat. Like, because God knows he does not allow for that now. And then, I had to kind of, after I realized that was happening, I had to step out of it and say, okay, I've got to take these moments as they are. Because originally I was like, I just want him to reach 5 years old and we can watch scary movies together. Like, that was what I wanted. And I had to make myself understand that, like, I will regret it if I don't enjoy these moments as they are right now.
Yeah. I mean, I totally understand that. I'm probably a little bit more of the opposite, that I just want her I just want her to grow a little bit slower.
Yeah.
I just want time to pass a little bit slower, because and we still have cuddling moments, sure, but
she's a little bit more into it than, like, she even cuddled with me earlier when she was ready to lay down. Yeah. She was laid in my lap like, it's nap time.
Yeah, but
Oliver's like, it's nap time! And he, like, runs around and screams.
I think he's still awake.
He is. He's not napped.
Oh, well. It's okay. But, so I think this has been a really good first game for Mom Madness.
For sure.
I wasn't sure how in depth we were going to be able to get into these two topics, but I think we did a good job. I think we definitely, Should we go this way? I can't reach that way. But yeah, so I'm excited for game 2. Game 2. You have to stay tuned so you can, see what we have going on for the next game. But more importantly, you have to vote on which one of these topics is more maddening. I'm kind of like, I'm partial to stay-at-home mom independence, but at the same time, just wait is like, the more we talked about it, the more I'm like,
frustrating.
Man, that is frustrating.
Yeah, I actually think that I think that the independence thing is harder, and I think some of that's just because I experienced my own identity crisis after having a child, and I always shut people down when they say things I don't want to hear. I don't care what you say, shut up. Like, and then I keep it moving. So that's just always been my way of dealing with it. So
yeah.
Well,
we're gonna close out game 1 here in the Momestly studio. Which, by the way, do you like our chairs?
They gonna have covers.
They're antique. They're beautiful.
I just want our colors to match, like our brand, which is teal and pink.
It is teal and pink. You're right.
And some purple sometimes.
And sometimes flowers. But comment down below.
Yeah.
Let us know, stay-at-home mom independence or just wait. What is more maddening out of these two topics? So to do that, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified for game 2 as soon as it's posted.
Yep.
social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Momestly Me. If you don't want to comment on the video, go over there and comment on one of our posts, or send us a direct message if you don't want to put your comment out there in the public. That's
Yeah.
okay too.
Yep.
And we
Like and share our video.
This is important. It really is, because like we want to make this kind of fun. We want to, try to make it a little lighthearted to talk about these topics, but these are tough topics.
Yeah.
Definitely important to get it out there. So
For sure.
subscribe, hit the bell, follow us, comment, share us, and we will see you in game 2. Bye.